There is a question that haunts every human being. It usually comes at 3 a.m., when the house is quiet and the tears won't stop. It asks the question. We scream at the ceiling when the doctor gives the bad news or a marriage falls apart. God, if you are good, and if you are powerful, then why is this happening to me? It feels like a contradiction. We're told God is a loving Father, yet we see a world drowning in pain. Today, we're going to walk into that question not with clichés, but with raw honesty. Before we begin, if you're looking for a place to ask hard questions and find biblical truth, please subscribe. Join a community ready to go deeper into the mystery of God. The permission to ask? The first thing you need to know is that you are unwrong for asking why. Some of the greatest people in the Bible asked the same thing. David cried out in the Psalms, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" Even Jesus, in the Garden of Gethsemane, asked if there was any other way than the suffering before him. If you feel like your faith is weak because you're hurting, hear this. Pain is not a sign you've lost your faith. Pain is often the soil where real faith begins to grow. The choice of love. We often believe the lie that if God loves us, He will keep us safe from all pain. But Jesus said the opposite. In this world you will have trouble. So why didn't God create a world where nothing goes wrong? Because God wanted children, not robots. Love is only real if it is chosen. For love to exist, freedom must exist, and for freedom to exist, there must be the option to choose darkness. Much of the suffering we see is the terrifying result of human freedom gone wrong. We live in a world shattered by our collective choice to walk away from the source of life, the tapestry and the diamond. But what about the random suffering, the sickness, the accidents? This is where God's silence feels the loudest. Imagine a master weaver working on a massive tapestry. From the front, it's a beautiful design, but we are standing behind it. All we see are knots, tangled threads, and chaos. We cry out, "God, you've ruined it," while He is weaving a picture we cannot yet see. Think of Joseph in the Bible, betrayed, enslaved, and imprisoned for years. It looked like a tragedy, but years later, he could say to those who hurt him, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." God is so powerful that He doesn't just defeat evil, He forces evil to serve His purposes. Think of a diamond. It's just coal subjected to intense heat and pressure. If the coal could scream, it would beg for the pressure to stop. But the Creator knows that without the pressure, there is no diamond. God is often more interested in your character than your comfort, because holiness lasts forever, while happiness is temporary. The final answer, as C.S. Lewis wrote, God shouts in our pains. It is His megaphone to rouse a deaf world. Sometimes, pain is the only thing that breaks our dependency on this world and reminds us that this earth is not our true home. But I know theology doesn't stop the tears. Knowing why a surgery is happening doesn't make the knife hurt less. So, here is the ultimate answer. God does not give us an explanation. He gives us Himself. We do not serve a distant God watching us like ants in an aquarium. We serve a God who came down. He felt betrayal, grief, and the physical torture of the cross. When you ask, "God, do you know how much this hurts?" Jesus points to the scars on His hands and says, "Yes, I know." The cross is the proof that God is not indifferent. And because He rose from the dead, we have a hope stronger than any tragedy. The Bible ends with a promise. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain. One day, God will take your face in His hands and personally wipe away the tears you are crying right now. Until then, don't waste your pain. Let it drive you to the feet of Jesus. If you're in the valley today, keep walking. You may not see the pattern of the tapestry yet, but you can trust the heart of the artist. If this spoke to you, please share it with someone who is hurting. Subscribe to stay with us on this journey. You are loved, you are seen, and you are never alone.